Welcome back. Do you wish you could have an audience that listens? I mean, really listens. Connection or that chemistry between people, between a person and a site is not something you either have or don't. It's a science. Our next guest, Rachel Miller, is an organic traffic strategist at Moolah Marketing, and by understanding the importance of community, as well as the dynamics of viral content creation and harnessing its power, she's been able to grow multiple sites and social media pages for different niches ranging from 570,000 to 2.2 million fans. She has developed a strategy that includes content, analytics, and branding that draws the right people to the right business. And the end result, better leads and conversions. She has a proven system to help others grow their customer and audience bases that translates into engagement, traffic, and ultimately profit. So I am very excited to welcome our next guest, Rachel Miller. Welcome to our summit.
Tyler, thank you so much for this welcome. And thank you to all of you that are listening right now, because I know you have choices about what you could be doing and where you could be spending your time this weekend. And you're investing in yourself and in your future. So raise your hands, give it up, give yourself the high fives for yourself for taking action to make your future, your life better during this time of chaos. So it is a time right now where businesses around the world are facing some pivots or some changes that they're having to make that are uncomfortable. And you're doing the uncomfortable thing. You're sitting down, getting your pen and paper out, and you're learning tactics that right now are going to help you make that pivot and position you online in a way that's going to have raving fans. So your customers know who you are, come back to you again and again, and you're not even going to have to spend a lot in ads to make it happen. So Tyler, thank you so much for having me today. I'll just start talking without him, guys, if you're cool with that. So I'm going to show my slides for you right now, but we're probably going to go between my slides and me talking, if that's okay with you guys. So I'm going to go in here right now. Oops, I'm still disabled. So they're going to make a little change so that I can show my slides. But before we go to the slides, I'm going to show you a little bit about my formula. So I put a little card up for you just so you can kind of have a visual to see it. But this is the formula of how we grow our audiences. We grow our audiences because we grow our audience. This is how we grow our businesses. We grow it by having an audience. You can't have a business without customers there to buy from you. You don't have customers unless you have somebody that sees that you even exist, right? That's your audience. And then you have to have the perfect message. You have to have the perfect content. You have to have engagement. So just because they see your billboard on the side of the road and it's a beautiful billboard, it's got the great message, does not mean that they're going to come into your store because they haven't engaged with you, right? So you need to have this formula in order for you to get the profit or the purpose of your business. And that is what we're going to be going over in the slides with you guys right now. As soon as I can get in here, let me go and open up the screen. Awesome. So here you guys go. You guys can see my slides right now. We're talking about crazy simple tactics that you can use to transform strangers into fans and into buyers, even with a small ad budget. Because I know the power of just a couple of dollars with this system. And I know it works because we've done it on a massive scale. Now, as I'm showing you some of these stories and some of these case studies, I want you to know that this is something that works to drive millions of people. But most of you do not need millions of people to see your business for you to have a massive impact on the bottom line of your business, right? But the strategies that help Jen here reach 26 million are the same strategies that I'm going to show you that can help you, if you're living in a small town that only has 7,000 people, reach all 7,000 people in your town. It's the same strategy. How do you get content to go to the world without spending tons on it? And just so you guys know, I'm not talking from inexperience. I've done this not once. It's not like winning the lottery. She's done it one time. I've actually at this time done it 51 times. We've gotten single pieces of content to go to over 10 million people. Happened 51 times. And if it can happen for them, it can happen for you. For their businesses, it can happen for your business. this is an example of Kimberly. She started with me with no fans in her audience. And now, guys, she has 2.2 million. I've grown pages to 2.2 million. So I'm showing you that what I've learned, I've been able to implement in my own life and then replicate it. So it's not just something where I'm teaching something I haven't done. I've both done it and helped other people do it too. So, and we have two of the people who are the highest people of all Facebook. I have coached two of the top people who have each reached over 100 million people in a single month. Insanity, that's one of them. Those are two of my audiences, guys. I want you to know the strategies also work for small niches. So if you're thinking, well, I'm not a kid blog. So this person here, they're a kid blog. Well, of course you can get to millions because it's a nationally recognized kids website, like reaching every parent of kids. There's over 1 million of them. That's an easy one. Or this guy who's a motivational speaker. Everyone needs motivation in their life. So yes, he's able to reach 100 million people because he's a motivation speaker. What about me? I run a small preschool center in my local town. And I am the marketing person. I'm also the CFO. I do the finances and I sub whenever someone's sick in my daycare facility. Is this for me? Guys, on the left here, Jen Scott here was able to bring in 6 new students, which led to $70,000 in just a couple of weeks' time using this tactic, even though she had a specialty preschool. It wasn't even a preschool that everyone in her town would want to put their kids in. It was a Montessori preschool. So Montessori preschool, she could do it. Guys, you guys can do it too. Marcy here, Marcy's super, super sweet. Marcy has a business where she embroiders aprons. So like if your local Home Depot has a new employee and they want to put their name on their apron, Marcy's the person that they hire to embroider the apron. Marcy was able to do this. So it works even with teeny tiny businesses like Marcy's Home Embroidery Studio and Jen's Preschool Center. Okay, guys, we're gonna get you links to the stuff later, but I wanna go right into the content and show you exactly what you can do to grow your audience, grow your message, grow your content, all at the same time. And I'm gonna use an example of one of my programs because it's just super, super clear of the process. You go from stage 1 with the customer, stage 2, stage 3 with the customer, and I'm gonna show you the exact post I do. So if you're listening right now, get your pen and paper ready, get your print screen button ready. You know that button on your screen where you can grab a screen capture? Yes, I'm giving the Tyler and the team, I'm giving them the slides. So you'll have these later, but I want you to grab a screenshot because I'm gonna give you the exact wording even that I used to get results in my multi-million-dollar business. You're gonna just get them right now. I'm giving that to you. And you can see here how I was able with just 1,400 members to get 26,000 comments from them. So if they're commenting, y'all, you better believe they're buying too. And that's what I want for each of you. An audience who's so engaged, they can't help themselves but talk to your business. When they're talking to your business, you're able to nurture them into that sale because they know, love, and trust you. Okay, and here's proof that that actually brought money in for my business. So people say, well, wait a second, you had conversations with 1,400 people. Whoop-de-doo, I can have conversations with 1,400 people. Does an audience of whatever that number is actually bring in revenue? We have people say that all the time. Though so what if you reach that many people? Is he actually earning money? I want you to know, yes, it's possible. I'm showing you right here. This is my screenshots as proof. It's possible for you to earn. And you guys can notice this is a 4-day period that I was able to bring in that revenue. Okay, first thing that you need to do, it's called a content stack. First thing that you need to do in your content stack is this. Get people to talk about themselves. Way too often we see businesses enter the relationship with their clients and enter that relationship and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to solve your problem without actually building that interaction and that relationship first. Building that relationship of trust because you've listened to your client. If they're a person coming into your restaurant, you're going to do this with the person by asking them, how are you today? Would you prefer to sit in a table or a booth? Getting them to talk to you. As soon as you get them to talk to you, you know that they've bought in to you and your program and your products. Okay, so the first step in the content path is to get them to talk to you. The second step is for you to introduce yourself to them. So think of it like at the restaurant. This is where you give them the menu. You tell them, here's what to expect. Here's how we interact. Here's how we are as a community. You're giving them a chance to see about you after you've listened to who they are. You don't start with you, you start with the client first, okay? And just like you do this in real life in a restaurant, you're gonna do the same thing on your social media and with your ads. So your first ad someone's going to see is not you solving their problem. The first ad that they're gonna see is you asking them who they are and having them talk about their favorite topic themselves, okay? So here we go. I'm telling them a little bit about my program, but I'm still asking them for an action. I'm not asking them to click to anything. I'm not asking them to buy anything. I'm asking them to just give me a nod, a reaction, some type of eye contact, right? On Facebook, that comes in the form of likes, comes in the form of hearts, comes in the form of those smiley faces. That's what we have inside of Facebook. We're using that here too. Okay. Next one is this is results. So here you can see we had 8. It didn't just work once. We've done this a second time as well. The second time we did it with 8,500 people, and we were able that time to bring in 159,000 comments and interactions. So this works multiple times. It doesn't just work in a Facebook group. So if you're going back here, you're like, but that was in a Facebook group, Rachel. Does it also work in other places? It does. It works also on pages. It also works on Instagram. So you can see here, this is on Instagram. There's a video here. It's up there. It is. You can see we've got comments that pop up here. You can see there's hundreds and hundreds of people who've responded. I'm getting engagements on that because they really, really want that content. They really want to engage. We've done that by having the 3-stack post again. The first post is getting them to talk about themselves. First post, getting them to talk about themselves. Second post is getting them to have a micro reaction as they talk about you. The third post is a chance for them to interact with each other. So this is what I call like a matchmaking thread. When you get your audience to find other people who are just like them. So find another person who lives near you. Who else has 3 kids? Who else has a student going to this local high school because I just grabbed a really awesome shot and I'd love to get this photo to that family who son just crossed the finish line and I happen to get the best photo of it. That's something that you're going to use to help people connect to each other. People don't want to be alone, and your business is going to help build a community as you build your profit, right? Okay, going back in here, we're going to go back in. Here we go. It didn't just work for me. It's even worked in extremely hard niches like finance. Okay. It's worked for her. She did the same system. Number 1, number 2, number 3. She was able to convert. It can convert for you. Okay. You post about who they are. Second post is something about you and with a micro reaction. And the third post is helping them connect. And I'm just going to skip the part about me, guys. You guys don't want to know that about who I am. There we go. I've got a lot of kids. That's the moral or the story of that. Before you make the content stack though, so I just told you about content stacking, how you're going to want 3 different types of posts. You're going to want to cycle through the types of content that you put out before you go for the sale. Okay. But before you begin with that content, you kind of need people there to see the content, right? So before you sell your products, you need people there, not just watching, but also interacting and talking to you. Okay. The 3 tactics are 1, wear a bumper sticker. Wear a bumper sticker. We're going to talk about that in just a few seconds. Okay. 2, Use content that feeds Facebook, content stack. And I just gave you real life examples of how content stacking works for your business, because you get people hooked where they just start talking to you and they trust you before you ever have the sale. You haven't made the pitch yet and they already know, love, and trust you. Okay, that's content stacking. The third tactic is targeting strategically. Now, I don't know exactly how much time I have. Hopefully Tyler or Gail will put that in the comments for me so I can know how much time I have. But the content, the targeting strategically, you can use completely free tools that Facebook gives to us to research what we can, where our people are and how we can target them. So there's ways that you can do all of these tactics with little to no ad spend. And the first one here is the bumper sticker. That's helping your people connect to you. So you don't want everyone to connect to you. You want your perfect people to connect to you. And your perfect people are going to connect to you when they have a story that is about who they are. A story about who they are. That's how they connect to you. That's how you capture their hearts. Okay? You capture their hearts when you tell them a story about who they are. These are all people who are doing that. They're talking for their audience and they're keeping it blinkable. So if we go back here, you can kind of know in an instant what her page is about. Sorta Crunchy Mama, a mom and a kid. You know, oops, the scroll. Sorry guys, my scroll finger's a little sticky today. You can know instantly who her perfect client is, right? You can look at that and see instantly who her perfect client is. You can do that too when you talk for your audience. Keep it blinkable. You can go in and you can see her. I'll show you in a second some blinkable pieces of content. Next up, you're going to want to optimize the 4 parts of your page. There are 4 parts of your page that when you make them blinkable, when you make them about your audience and not about you, you're going to grow. You're going to so grow, and you're going to grow in massive ways, just like Alexis did here. 1 million people reached completely organically, guys. She's grown her business from it. It's so cool. Now, when I talk about bumper sticker, people say, well, are you talking about the cover? Are you talking about the photo? I know what my page is for. People know what I'm for. I want you to see, here's an example, so hopefully it can help you see. It's not always easy to understand what your page is. And I want you to be like one of these pages and not be like the other one. One of these pages is called Invisible Children. One of them is called Humans of New York. Both of these pages started about the same time. One of them has a reach of 2 million people on here, and the other one reaches 17. What is the difference? On the left, guys, you don't necessarily know that the page is about ending child trafficking and child slavery. You can't tell that, right? You can't see that. On the right, it's Humans of New York. You see a scene from New York. You see people's faces. You know instantly what it's about. I want that for you. How can people tell instantly what you're about? Here's a student of ours. They make suits. Instantly, you know what they're about. Fruity Suits. The title tells you, the logo profile name tells you, the content on their page, including their bumper covers, all tells you who their page is for. So I want you to think to yourself, in this perspective of your reader, I am a, what does your reader call themselves? What does your reader call themselves? I am a, that is what your bumper sticker should be. And now your bumper sticker could be your name, but it's going to definitely be the message that you carry throughout your page. Could be your name. You're going to see parts of that in your profile, like fruity tooty weirdy. That's kind of what I get from the suits person. You're going to get part of that vibe from the name, the cover, the profile picture, and most importantly, your content. Let's go back in here. So here you can see he's using a little bit of a trick though too. Guys, this is when you guys should all screenshot, capture too, or get your pens out and write it all down. Know someone who ... Bet there's a fella out there who ... Tap a pal on the shoulder if this is them. Facebook has this rule. That says you can't ask people to share your post. You can't ask people to like your post. This is like called clickbait, and you're not allowed to do that. However, People don't like being boss, so they don't even want you to do that. However, you can still have calls to action. You can still have calls to action that get people to engage. Just like here, he's using the bumper sticker, but also using tactics to get people to talk to him. There you go. Okay, it works with other pages. I just have example after example, guys, of pages it's worked for. It helps this fishing company, a fishing rod company, get video views at such a low rate, which then they can later retarget to sales. It helps people grow their fan pages, like Dana, who's a parenting coach, and Chrissy, who's a blogger, Tara, who's in health, Angela, who is an author, Sarah has a decluttering, like professional organization business. Okay, it's helped all of them, and it can help you. And it helps you because when your page is clear on your profile picture, clear on your name, clear on your cover, clear in your content, when your page is clear with those bumper sticker parts, it's really easy for your page to get engagement. So you can see right here, my page, even though I only have 74,000 fans, is reaching 137,000 people engaged. Just like you guys. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, guys. It is Texas and it's hay fever time, so good times. Okay, 74,000 people are engaged. Now compare my page to World Wildlife Federation. World Wildlife Federation has 3 million fans, but only 54,000 people are engaged, which ultimately, guys, means that my page is reaching more people with every single post than the World Wildlife Federation. Why? The World Wildlife Federation, when you come here, you don't know what it's about. Unless you know that WWF stands for World Wildlife Federation. So I want you to be clear. Don't make the mistakes of World Wildlife Federation. When you're wearing the bumper sticker, so you're like, okay, but does this mean money? Because I know you're all businesses. Yes, it does. Okay. Nicole here is in crochet. She is yarn store. She sells crochet patterns. Here she said she's made $4,000 in 1 week off of $180 spent in ads. Next person, she just brought in 10,000. She sells health supplements like lotions and creams. She has a physical store. She had $10,000 in sales, but it's for digital product that her store is selling. Physical store selling a digital product. Super, super cool. Next person, pharmacist who quit her job. Okay, my point is, guys, it works and it does mean actual revenue. Okay, moving on. Okay, does this work for like all businesses? Or Rachel, you're showing us women. Well, guess what? I tend to work more with women. So that's why I had those images, but it works. This strategy works with all companies. So once you see the bumper sticker, you're gonna see it everywhere. And so like right here, these are two Super Bowl ads, 2 different years, but the Super Bowl ads of Ram trucks. 1 year Super Bowl ad was God made a farmer. And the next one is, thank God I'm a country boy. One gets 28 million views. One gets 20 million views. The one on the left, guys, is one of the most shared videos, Super Bowl ads of all time. Most shared Super Bowl ads. Let's compare that to Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage's bumper sticker is, you're not smart enough to figure out your mortgage, so you need us. Because we're gonna simplify it for you. That sounds a lot like a lot of your bumper stickers. I'm guessing a lot of you say, I'm going to solve this problem for you. I'm going to simplify it for you. I'm going to make it easier for you. I'm going to solve this problem that you have instead of talking to who your audience is. Rocket Mortgage here reached 461,000 people with their Super Bowl ad. I'm going to guess, guys, that they didn't make as much revenue from their ad as Ram did. Sprint Super Bowl commercial. Okay, they had a talking robot with a weird scientist. Neither of those were bumper stickers their audience could connect with. I want you to say, how can I connect with my audience? And it works even if you're not a big brand. So I have so many stories, guys. So many stories. This guy, not only did he get he became not only a one-time author, he's had 2 books published and has been offered a reality TV show. I think he turned it down. But that all happened because he grew an audience, and he grew an audience about what his people wanted the most. Tyler, how are we doing?
Well, we're doing really good, Rachel. I'm enjoying the content. You've got tons of time. Take what you need. I know that my spidey senses are tingling just watching you go through all of this
Oh, thank
stuff.
you.
So I just wanted to pop in, say you're doing a great job, and I'm enjoying it. So let's keep going.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay, so here's David again. He's growing. It's possible for him. It's possible for you guys. It's possible for Anna. She teaches Hebrew to homeschoolers. And Tamantha, who is an accountant, or no, financial services. She's a bookkeeper. She teaches bookkeepers now because she's retiring from bookkeeping services. Yeah, but if she was doing this in her local area as a bookkeeper, it works with all businesses. I want you to ask yourself with the bumper sticker, what does my content say about my reader? Does it make them look good? Does it make them feel good? Does it make their lives good? And do I have a trigger? What I mean by that is, do I have something that they can relate to? We can't relate to a robot that talks, but we can relate to scooping out ice cream on a Friday night and watching movies. So what can your audience relate to? How can you bring this back to who they are? And does it make them look and feel good? We're not really going to share content that says you need to raise your hand if you need to lose 15 pounds before summer because we've got a fitness program that's going to help you lose 15 pounds. We aren't going to raise our hands at that. Doesn't make me look good. It doesn't make me feel good. Does it make my life better? Yeah, but that ad isn't going to convert as well for you because it's not about building up your reader. Okay, so make your reader look good. Here's some examples of bumper stickers. I want you ultimately, though, to talk for your audience. And you do that by optimizing the 4 parts of your page. The cover, the profile picture, your name. Now, if you look here, guys, this is what's not to do on a cover photo, because there's too much happening. You can't figure out what it's about. This is what not to do on a profile picture, because we don't know that they're actually a journal and book, like a planning company. Like, here's your planner, so you can have monthly planners. We don't know what that is by just seeing the rubber stamp. We don't know that it's a planner company, that they're gonna give you customized planners. We don't know that. I want you to be super clear who your perfect customer is and what your product is in your parts of your page. Compare my rubber stamp to Eating on a Dime. She has a meal plan service and a membership for people who are busy and want to eat food from a crock pot. You can see at the top the type of content she has. You can see her name is Eating on a Dime. You know exactly what you're going to get when you come to her page. I want the same thing for all of you. Here's another one. Now, this one's interesting because a lot of you are like, I don't understand this bumper sticker. I don't understand what his page is. But his people, Todd's people, totally know what this page is for and who it's for. Your bumper sticker does not have to be clear to everyone. Your bumper sticker just needs to be clear to your perfect people. Todd works in stadium sound setup. So he's one of the 100,000 people that build up the sound systems for massive stadiums around the world. So he would instantly recognize this and see that it's a PA whatever system. He knows what that soundboard is. He knows the brand of that soundboard and when that soundboard came out. He knows what those are. The rest of us don't. But his bumper sticker is super clear, which is why in his page, he has nearly 97% engagement on his page of 100,000 people, because it's super clear who his page is for, and everyone else is like, I don't know why I'm liking this page. I'm not going to like it because it's not my place. It's not my home. So be clear with your people. Here's another one. He's super clear with his audience. And we help you. May your life be as awesome as you pretend it is on Facebook. What do I mean by that? We want to make sure our content helps our readers look good, feel good, and have a good life. And that's ultimately the bumper sticker strategy. Okay, so we just wrapped up bumper sticker, but that's not all, guys. That's not all. We have other strategies as well. The next strategy that I want to teach you is feeding Facebook. So that's basically the content stack where we went at the beginning, where you give them one piece of content and then another piece of content and another piece of content. And the point of those pieces of content is to drive people through a relationship with your business, with your page, right? Let me show you that content stack again a little bit here. So we do that by focusing on engagement, making sure we're mobile friendly, and that there's a variety of content. So when I'm talking about engagements, when we're engagement stacking, we're putting content out there so that we can get reactions from people. Like I said, the opposite is having a billboard. Well, a billboard doesn't sell, right? A billboard doesn't sell because people drive by it and they have a brand awareness, so they know you exist, but that doesn't mean that they've engaged with you. They haven't stopped their car and turned around and come to you. It doesn't convert as much as, say, direct mail where someone has to touch and feel it. It doesn't convert as well as a door-to-door person knocking the door and saying there's a car wash subscription that you can sign up for. Both of those will convert at a higher rate per person than a billboard. And we all know that, right? What is that on Facebook though? On Facebook, that means people stop their scroll. So how do you get them to stop their scroll? On Facebook, it means you get them to give you micro reactions. That's likes, thumbs up, hearts, smiles, faces, the care sign. All of those are micro reactions. We get a micro reaction. We get a fast comment. Guys, a fast comment is completely different in the algorithm than a 3-liner or one of those big old paragraph responses. We get someone to save our content. We don't even know when they're saving it, but Facebook does. And Facebook tracks that, and you can see a jump in the types of content when they're saved content. Sharings of content, long comments with tags. That's when I write a 3-paragraph and I tag someone with it. Facebook's like, whoa, this is important. So they bump it up in the algorithm to people that are related to those two. Next one, sharing over Messenger. And the lastly, oops, I miscounted there, guys. That's all of them. Okay, these are all the ways that people engage with pages and engage with your content. Now, I want you to look at them. The one on the bottom is like the billboard. The one at the top is a super hot client. They're ready to buy. They've sought you out and they've asked you about your product. They've messaged your page. They're a super hot person. I want you to work on bringing people through this stage up the stack of pancakes here. Okay, up the stack. And how do we do that? Just like I showed you earlier, content stacking. Sarah's done that, and we do that. Woo! Ah! They work, guys. The strategies. My mouse is just going so fast with me today. I got to click her finger. It works with profiles, pages, groups, Messenger, and Pixel Fires, guys. It works in all of those places. And this is another post or slide that generally people want to grab a screenshot of. So I'm gonna hold it here, freeze, try to make that go away so you guys can take a screenshot of this. These are all of the different types of engagement that you want. So when you're posting content and you're measuring, is my social media person successful? Are they doing a good job? Am I getting what I'm paying for? You should be getting interactions on your content. If you're not getting interactions, all you are is a loudspeaker, a billboard on the side of the road, and I want more for you than that. Next one, make it fun. So here's 2 ideas of local businesses who are able to make their content fun and actually able to sell more to their audience because they interacted with their audience. The one on the left is a pizza one that did a guessing game with his people. The one on the right is an I Spy game from a gas station. Both of these guys got conversions. The one on the left here, he on Super Bowl night had 424 people in his town of 1,500. Guys, he lives in Lake Monroe, Texas. That's like in the middle of freaking nowhere, Texas, okay? 1,500 people live there. He got 424 comments from his local people. Why? On Super Bowl night. What do you think they're talking about? Pizza on Super Bowl night, and he got them all to talk about his content. What do you think he did Super Bowl night? He sold a lot of pizzas. And probably more than any other Super Bowl night because they're interacting with his pizza company and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, I need pizza. Buy pizza, buy pizza, buy pizza. He did this on Super Bowl night in a town of 1,500, got 400 people to comment on his post. You can do this too. Okay, so we talked about content stacking. We talked about the bumper sticker. The last strategy I'm gonna show you is how to strategically follow your fans. And you wanna target the right people. And that's not everyone, it's the diehard fan. Okay, so going back here, he doesn't want to target people who are into keto because Marco's Pizza doesn't have keto pizza, at least the last time I checked it didn't. He wants to target people who are watching the Super Bowl. So he doesn't want everyone in Lake Monroe. Yes, he wants everyone to buy his pizza. I mean, ultimately he does. But who does he really want to engage on this pizza post? People who are currently watching the Super Bowl and thinking about pizza, because that is the state of mind that he wants them to go buy his pizza in, right? So I want you guys to think, who is your perfect person, that diehard fan that right now really wants your product? And then emphasize a train of shares. What he did here, boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I keep going back and forth. He went back and forth with comments. So that way when they were interacting, one person made a comment, he'd reply, no, you're too low, and they went back and forth with comments. And as that commenting back and forth happened, it's a train of engagement. So one post led to 2 more posts, which led to 2 more, and then another person commented, 2 more posts, 2 more posts. You've all seen those nested comments, right? That's what he was able to make happen on his business there. And always focus on person-to-person interaction. Facebook is a social media company. And by that, you need to focus on that social part. How are people talking to each other? How can you facilitate people to talk about your brand? Where do you find this information? So you're like, okay, Rachel, yes, I get it. I got to get people to talk about themselves. I got to get people to talk to me. I got to wear a bumper sticker. I got to post content that gets all kinds of engagement. So, but where do I find these people? Go into your business page. Go into your business page, into analytics. So actually, let me show you how I got that. I don't know if I have time. I'll skip that one. I'm not going to show you how I got there, but basically type into Facebook, audience insights, and you'll come up with this screen right here. When you're in audience insights, I want you to go to this tab all the way on the right. It's called activity. I want you to go to that activity tab and see, how does your page, so here's my page, Moolah Marketer. How many comments am I getting? How much posts am I getting? How many shares am I getting? That way I know if my content's engaging. And then you're gonna look for more pages that are similar to yours. Come on, clicker. There we go. So here you guys can go back, and once you've got activity, guys, sorry, the slide's not, I don't know where the slide went. You're gonna go then to page likes, and you're gonna see where is a page that has more comments, more likes, more shares per person than I have. So here you can see these are my people. I wanna go and see who has more than mine. And I'm gonna do that by clicking on the pages in the page like tab. When I do that, I'm able to find places where my people are hanging out on other people's pages. And I can target those pages, those other communities with my content using Facebook. It's what these people have done. You guys know I love my social proof. Okay. The option though, let's say you want to do traditional marketing. You don't want to do organic marketing. Rachel, you're going into a lot of stuff here. You're going into a lot of stuff here. I'm supposed to post to these pages. You're going into a lot of stuff here. I think it's better to drive around with a bumper sticker on my car. This bumper sticker, I was told, cost $169 to make. And I bet it probably took a lot of time and probably a little bit of a social cost for her to wear this on her vehicle every day whenever she drives somewhere. A little bit of a social cost. It's a lot easier to spend $100 and build up your audience and get engagement like this. Okay, so I want you to know there's an easier and a better way. Next up, this one. He's a person running for a seat in, I live in Texas, so it's a Texas sign that was on the side of the road. Those signs are $6 if they're whatever version, and they're $10 if they're the thicker version. That sign is a $10 sign. How many of you guys have seen political signs covering a voting precinct or covering a road or in front of someone's house? What if instead of spending $10 per sign, they actually just put ads into people's feeds and had a Facebook group about the things that people cared about? What would get more people to engage with less money? I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be Facebook. Here's another one. This post, over $16,000 or something for like a tiny post on the front page of Dallas Morning News. Or this right here, the ad space on an LA billboard, $164,000. I went and like called them like, hey, how much would it be if I did it? Or this one right here. This is actually a friend of mine. And he told me that he's one of the businesses that are on this front page. He's a sponsored ad on Google. He told me that he spends $30,000 a month for 300 clicks from Google to his business. What if he spent $25,000 and put the other bit into Facebook? Okay. I know what it's like to not have an audience. This right here, guys, is my father. He didn't have an audience. He made a really awesome product. He tried to sell it, but nobody understood it, how cool these gift boxes were. He didn't have Etsy at the time, so he didn't sell a single box. Your business might be the best business in the world, but if you don't have people there to see how awesome it is, you might be the billboard and they don't see you, right? You don't want to be unseen. You don't want to be unheard. You don't want to be unsold. And that happens because you don't have an audience. And it works even for brands. It's worked for TV shows, governors of 2 different states, Fortune 500 apparel businesses, marketing companies, largest Facebook pages in the world. Guys, it's worked for them. It's even worked for big agencies like Digital Marketer. It can work for you because I know you are here because you have something to share with the world. You may have a gift box that you know is going to make birthday parties really fun because it looks like a person and it unfolds and drops confetti on top of you, and that's really fun. You might want to ditch your job and take your side hustle to the world full time. You might be an author and you're frustrated because you have a message and no one's listening to it. And you know it's going to make a difference. You know you're here to make an impact. You really have 3 choices. You have 3 choices. You could quit. Like, nobody's going to do that, right? Oh, please don't quit. Please don't quit. You could quit. You could do it alone. Guys, people look at my business now and say, oh my word, Rachel's so successful. Rachel's been able to have work from home almost part-time. Okay, I work a little bit more than part-time. I have 6 kids and I'm working in my little office here with my kids home. I can't do that. But you can. And you don't have to do it like I did alone for 9 years. We have a system that's proven to help you get better results. It starts with your bumper sticker. Then we help you content stack so you get the right content out to the right people. We help you target and find the perfect people. So you go into your audience insights, you find where your people are, and you engage with them for free because Facebook lets you do that for free. We have a system that has worked time and time again. It is called the Grow Your Audience course. And I would love to invite those of you that are here, if you have a message, you want to make an impact. You have a message, you want to make an impact. You know your product will make a difference in someone's life. You just need the people there to hear about you. I would love to invite you to come join me in that journey to building your audience and building your business. I want you to imagine though, what your audience would be like if you had, what your business would be like if you had no audience. I know what it was like for me, my first 3-4 years. It was crickets. And I kept wondering why I was doing this. I felt underappreciated, undervalued. I know that that could be you, and I don't want that to be you. What do we have inside of our program? We have 6 modules. We have support for you. We have updates for you for a full year. We look at your pages. We have coaches that are there to help you, guide you. We have a community. We give you a binder and we give you cards that basically help you take all the excuses out of building your business because we give you the pieces that you need to go forward. Okay. And here it is, guys. These are all some of our students that have been successful in the past. I hope that we can help you grow your businesses if you would honor us with that opportunity. Here's just a little bit of the inside so you can see what it looks like. Here's the program. I would love to help you grow your audience. And more than that, I want to help you make an impact on the world that I know you're called to do. Guys, I thank you so much for having me today, Tyler and Gail. I know you guys have the link in the resource section. Do you guys have any questions for me?
No, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to share all that. As you'd mentioned, the link is going to be on the resource page. So if anybody does want to get a hold of you, if they do have questions, we'll let them reach out to you directly. But on behalf of everybody here at the Strategic Small Business Education virtual event, I want to thank you so much for your time, Rachel. It was an absolute pleasure watching this presentation.
Tyler, thank you so much. And I hope, if nothing else, that your people that are here, part of this business boot camp, realize that you guys have a call, a duty to make an impact on the world. And that's going to happen when you step back a little bit from telling people about your product benefits and telling them about the problem that you solve, and instead focus your messaging on your people. What is that thing that they call themselves? In the bumper sticker, we call it the I am statement. What is that thing that they call themselves? How can you as your business connect to them, love them, serve them, build them up? How can you provide content that does that in a stack? And then where can you find those people? I hope I've given you some tips that you can leave and take action with right now.
Thank you so much, Rachel. And again, on behalf of everybody here, we appreciate your time, and we'll check out the resources in the link.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Have a great day.